I never really realized, like I thought people were kind of weird for wanting a WSM, so short mag, for the shorter bolt pull. I think it said this was like a 13-inch. No, that's not 13 inches. But either way, like, when I first got this gun, and I, cock it, it's unloaded, by the way, I made sure. I unloaded the magazine, and then before I did anything and I put it in, I cocked it 3 times.
You want to introduce yourself?
Give me a second here. That's just a little safety tip. Cock it 3 times. And if nothing goes in or out, then you're good. Or it's safe to assume. But anyway, so yeah, I'm Jade. This is the Moment of Impact 6/22.
What's 6/22 stand for?
June 22nd, the date that I was shot in the face and blinded by a 12-gauge shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I started resembling Sloth from the Goonies.
One fine character that commented on one of your previous videos did say that.
Or Mask on Share.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you're a little bit more handsome than both.
Hey, say what you want. Sloth is ripped.
All right, so what do we have here?
This would be the Bergara B14 HMR chambered in 300 Win mag.
What's HMR stand for?
Hunting and match rifle.
Okay.
So I'll go into a little bit. So a couple months ago, like late November, early December, we did a brief, not really brief, but it was a review on this. And I apologize, my mom thought that videos had to be a certain length for some reason.
I sped it up,
so
sorry guys.
You can still understand it, but either way, I had a nasal infection, so I was a little bit stuffed up and sounded a little bit weird.
And anyway, I'm the free videographer, so you get what you get.
You get what you pay for, and that shows. But so anyway, I want to say about a month or so ago, I got this scope on it, and before all you guys are like, it's too far forward, it's like, yeah, it's too far forward to be like that. But when you got a scope cam that jots out about that far mounted on it, you even that far back, you don't really have that much room. So I had my brother mount it as far forward as he possibly could.
So if some of you don't know what a scope cam is,
we have a few videos, or like one or so videos that shows me using my scope cam on my 6.5 Creedmoor Ruger American. It's just a camera. The one I have, it's a camera that's shaped like a tube. It goes on, it clamps on to the eyepiece, and it's got a wire that comes out the back. And then up here, right about there, you mount on a scope ring. And then there's a little 5-inch viewing screen that you can unscrew and put on that scope ring. So like instead of mounting the scope ring like that, so it's like the Picatinny mount part is down, you mount it to where it's up, and then the screen has a little Picatinny rail on it, and then you just put it in there, and then there's a little nut you screw and tighten.
So that's how the spotter, so Jade has to have a spotter anytime he's out shooting, and the spotter, which is typically either his stepdad, his dad, or his brother, or me if I'm there, we can look at literally his crosshairs through the scope onto a 5-inch screen so that we can tell Jade how to adjust and then tell him when it's safe to fire.
Anyway, so that's how we do it. So I just wanted to put that out there, because yes, for like normal shooters, that's way too far forward. You'd want it about there. So way further back, above your thumb. There's a little roll of thumb, no pun intended. But so anyway, yeah, but I just figured I should show you guys it and go into a little bit more depth on it. But I wanted to show you guys the scope I put on it. This is a Vortex Viper 4-16 by 44 HST. It stands for Hunting and sport tactical. I think hunting and sport. Either way, H stands for hunting, and then the T stands for tactical. I'm pretty sure it's hunting, sport, tactical. So it's second focal plane scope, which is, but so it's a second focal plane scope. Second focal planes are better for like long range hunting. Those are just the scope caps that came with it. There's a hair on my nose. Anyway, and so it's got those really nice turrets, really defined clicks. So like, for instance, the scope that is on my 6.5 Creedmoor, it's a 4.5 to 25, I think by 50 or something like that, Athlon. And its turrets aren't exactly like this. I mean, they're the tall, like sniper turrets, but to sight it in, there's a little hole in the center of each of the turrets that you put a little Allen wrench in, you sight it in, and then to make your adjustments, you twist those, but I don't know exactly what it adjusts, because you gotta sight it in by using the Allen wrench. But with this,
And
so every click is, I think, a 1/4 inch, maybe an 1/8 of an inch at 100 yards. But it's a great choice for like long range hunting. This is actually it helps reduce glare. So that's the scope itself. That's how long it actually is. And then with this, the sunshade on, it's just got threads right there. And yeah, just get it lined up and then screw it on. Anyway, it's a really good scope. Like I said, it's a second focal plane, so that means, I believe, that the reticle stays the same size. So as you zoom in, it doesn't zoom in, or it zooms in on the reticle, so it'll get bigger at long range, so it'll block out more of your target. But at closer range, it'll be like more, like zoomed out, it'll be like a hair, But when you're zoomed way in, it'll be blockier. But the first focal plane, it shrinks and grows with the zoom. So as you zoom in more, it'll shrink, so it still stays a hair, like a really thin line. And then when you zoom out, it grows, so it's still a really thin line. I actually watched a couple videos on it, like why second focal plane is better for hunting. It's because as the crosshairs shrink and grow, your adjustments shrink and grow. So like, say you have like adjustments or whatever in the scope. I'm not that savvy with scopes, but anyway, it'll take longer to like get dialed in unless you have the exact range and you know exactly where to aim at that range. But with hunting, sometimes you just need to make a quick shot. You don't have the time to make all those adjustments. So with a second focal plane, it's always going to be the same basically. It's got the parallax right there, so that's like the zoom, or not the zoom, that's the focus, one of the focuses. So like there's all those numbers on it, and say you're shooting at 800 yards, you put it to the 800, wherever it is, like right there or so. I don't know. But anyway, and then for the finer adjustments, you use the eyepiece focus. So you twist that to wherever you need it, and then it's focused. It's clear. Like I said, it's a 4:16 by 44. What though? My mom just noticed that it says 1 click equals 1/4. So 1 click is a 1/4 of an inch, and I'm assuming that's at 100 yards. The scope isn't sighted in yet, so that's why I'm twisting them so freely, because I got sighted in anyway. So what's the matter, Anyway, but when I bought this gun, it didn't have this Picatinny rail. So like I said, a couple months ago, month and a half or so, my brother lent me some money and then so that I could actually have enough to get it. So
I thought you paid him back. You worked for Dad and made some money?
yeah, I paid him back.
Oh, okay.
But he lent me some money right then and there.
That was pretty nice of him.
Yeah. I complain about him a lot, but he really is a good brother.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and that's Dakota, the one that pops up all the time. Anyway, so...
Riley's a good brother, too.
Yeah, he just isn't in the picture as much, but he's still a really good brother.
He's just older and doing his own thing.
He's out logging. Anyway, he's 21. But so... Where was I? Right. Scope rail. Line. Rail. Not rail. Takitania rail. I wanted to get a 2-piece, but they only had a 1-piece, which is, well, doesn't really matter if I got a 1-piece or a 2-piece, because my brother mounted them right where the 2-pieces would have been. But so anyway, so we have a 1-piece rail. I think it was like $50. That's what happens when you ask for the North 40 guys' personal choice. They always go for the, if not the most expensive, it's close to it. But so, and then these scope mounts were like 50, 60. The ones they gave me for my AR were 100. So, anyway, then the scope is 600. Because altogether it came to a total of like 703.
Mm-hmm.
So the gun and the scope and the bipod and the sling and everything included. Gun was just under 1,100 with tax, just under 1,100. The bipod and the sling put together were about 100, so that's right about 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's about a $1,900 setup. If you include all the money gone into ammo, about $2,200.
Yeah, everyone knows that number just increasingly climbs, especially when you go out target practicing.
The sad thing is, though, I haven't really even shot it very much.
No, but we will, now that spring is here.
And the really sad thing is, though, I only have 4 boxes.
Oh, we need to get more ammo.
I know, but the sad thing about
I don't know, what do the viewers say? Should we get more ammo? Jade says yes. I don't know.
But no, so the sad thing is, I have 4 boxes, and that equals about $200 worth of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, he ordered a bunch of the really good stuff. It's Norma. It's like almost the hottest ammo he could find. I won't go into it, but he spent a bit of money on ammo. Midway USA, by the way. Shoo. Get out of here, Ellie. Anyway. But so, what was it? Anyway, it's like a 24-inch barrel. So, and I know I told you guys this already, but so, here is where the chamber is.
I'm going to zoom in.
Alright, so that's about where the chamber ends. And that's where the throat begins, right about there. That, like, first... It's harder to see on this one because it's not really a bull barrel. It's a normal barrel, so it tapers, but it tapers really slowly, so it kind of looks a lot like a bull barrel. So there's not really a great big, huge cut down at the throat. Anyway, so there's the inner works of a gun work like there's the chamber, which is where the bullet is. So say like, this is the chamber. That's the throat, which is where it, or like there's, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's a spot right before the throat where there's no riflings whatsoever. And so it allows it to like kind of just like pop out and like get loose a little bit. And then there's the throat, like that would be the throat where it cuts down. And then, so that like, it's like almost like a forcing cone on a revolver. It guides the bullet into the barrel, and this would be the barrel. And then there's the riflings, and it twists, and it's a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 9 inch twist. I think it's a 1 in 10. So it's a 24-inch barrel. It has 2.4 full turns, 2.4. But so yeah. Anyway, it's honestly.
So for somebody who doesn't understand what you just meant with the twist, how many turns? What exactly are you talking about?
So there's a thing called lands and grooves, aka rifling. There's a spiral that goes down the inner the inside of the barrel, and all guns have a right-hand twist, so they twist to the right. It's just to give the bullet accuracy.
So when you
like,
say like a 2 turn or a 2 twist, that means the bullet
twists
two
full times
times.
before it comes out of the barrel. It's a 1 in 10 inch twist, so there's one full twist every 10 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say, how many inches would you say that is? 5?
Mm-hmm.
So if it were a 1 in 5 inch twist, which is a really fast twist rate, like a really fast twist rate, there would be a full twist by then, and then another full twist there, and another full twist, and so on and so forth. So, like, say, if this were a 1 in 5 inch twist, it would have almost 5 full rotations.
Mm-hmm.
It gives it insane accuracy, like you'll hear people talking about smooth bore. That's just where there's no riflings. It's a smooth, basically like a smooth pipe all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't as accurate, and that's typically just shotguns.
So the rifling makes it more accurate?
Yeah. It was a fun fact. It was actually devised by Germans way back when. Anyway, and so it's honestly, I feel it's kind of amusing. Then again, it is a 10-pound gun. Well, with the scope, it's about 12. But so that does take a lot of the recoil away. But I really kind of find it amusing how you'll watch some people on YouTube and they're all like, they got like a 7mm or something like that, 290, and they're all like, oh man, one shot in that, I'm done, stuff like that. Stuff like that. I shot 10 rounds through this thing and my shoulder wasn't red. Like, it literally, I mean, the 300 Win Mag, it has a lot of power behind it, like I've said in other videos, like an insane amount of power, but it just, I don't notice a kick. It might just be me. It might just be because I've been shooting since I was 5, 6 years old. First gun, other than, actually no, the very first gun I ever shot wasn't even a 22, I don't think. Might have been a 22. But I know for sure the first big gun I ever shot was my dad's 30-30 Winchester. Honestly, I think the 30-30 kicks harder than this thing.
Isn't that when you like...
I did a somersault.
Yeah, somersault.
I did a backward somersault.
Right.
I was sitting on a lawn chair. I was laying down. I had it aimed.
You were laying down or you're sitting on the lawn chair?
No, so I was sitting on a round of wood. I was laying down when I shot his Mosin the Gaunt the first time. So I was sitting down on
and you were like
round of
5?
wood. Yeah. I was sitting down on a round of wood and I had it rested up on a workbench. And I was shooting it like 50 yards or so. He had a milk jug set up and he was like, alright, really hold it tight. Are you sure you don't want me to hold it for you? I was like, no, I think I'll be good. He was like, okay, you sure? I'm like, did all the like, you sure? And so I was like, no, I'm good. I'll go. And I was super excited. And I take the shot and kicks me backward. I literally did a somersault. And, it's like, I loved it. It never scared me. I mean, I'm sure I was afraid of some guns, like a 12 gauge. But geez, the first time I shot a 12 gauge, I was literally like, really? That's it? Like, that's what all the hype is about? I mean, yeah, my shoulder's bruised, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it didn't put me on my butt, I've seen it put people on their butts, but...
Oh, I think it put you on your butt at least once.
Not the 12
12 gauge? How'd you lose your eyes?
Oh.
12 gauge. I think it put you on your butt and lost your eyes.
Only one time, and that was only when I was on
It
the
only
receiving
takes
end.
once. You're lucky you even survived that.
I mean, like, when I'm on this end, not that end.
Right.
You
Big difference, huh?
Big difference, yeah. Yeah. But so anyway, honestly, you'll be standing, like, behind my brother when he shoots his, or, like, I let him shoot this one. His has a integrated muzzle brake, so it doesn't kick as hard. But this one doesn't have a muzzle brake, and it's about 2.5 pounds lighter than his. And he'll shoot it. He shot it. He didn't feel any of the kick, but I was standing, I don't know, like 10 feet behind him and to his left, and it felt like someone punched me in the chest. It was that much concussion. Literally, it hits people behind you with the concussion harder than it does yourself in the shoulder. I don't know. It might just be me. Me and my brother both agreed on it though, but you'll hear people complaining about 6.5 Creedmoor. Oh my god. 6.5 Creedmoor. A beautiful round. No kick. No kick whatsoever. But so yeah, you'll just hear people complaining about stuff like that. Like, it kicks way too hard for me. It might just be they can't take recoil as well. I mean, obviously they can't.
Might be that you have some nerve damage
But-
and you don't really feel certain things.
Oh, I still feel certain things.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Like when Dakota punches me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Even in the shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, but so, like I said, I mean, you'll watch other people shoot guns, and there's, oh! And then you're like, really? It hurts that bad? You'll take it and just boom. Oh, that wasn't so bad. You know? Like, for instance, Demolition Ranch. Matt from Demolition Ranch. I love his channel. He's hilarious. He has a 500 Magnum. I'm not sure if it's a Smith & Wesson or what, but it's a 500 Magnum. And anyone who watches him, you know he's terrified of it, especially shooting the 750 grain bullets. A 460 Smith & Wesson, which is what my brother has, by the way, it's basically the same. Well, not basically the same. It has just about as much power, but it has way more velocity. And
So, for
I
the
can shoot
people who don't know, what's the difference between power and velocity?
so it's kind of like you get hit by, like, say someone punches you really hard. Or something like that. Let's see. So someone punches you really hard. You're gonna feel it, you know, it's like, oh, you know, it knocks you down. But then, like, oh, I'm not the best with coming up with analogies, but let's see here.
It's kind of hard to describe, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, it's kind of like this. I was watching a comparison video of 300 Win Mag versus 4570. 4570 is a great round. It's known by just about everyone. Designed for elephant hunting. And he shot a steel plate, like a steel plate that would swing at 50 yards. You know, hoping, like, for a kinetic energy test, which one would move it farther. And the 300 Win Mag was going around 1,000 feet per second faster, I want to say. And it just blew straight through the half-inch steel pipe, or steel plate. And then the 4570, it didn't. It hit it really hard, but it didn't go through. So, like, you hit something going super fast, and you're gonna penetrate really well. Well, it depends on what you're shooting. Like, say, water jugs. Water just absolutely rips fast-moving projectiles up like crazy. And so, say you shoot, like, wood. A fast-moving bullet, as long as it stays together, a fast-moving bullet's gonna go in farther. And it's not necessarily gonna do more damage, but it might. But then if it has more power but less velocity, so speed, it might not penetrate as far, but it might cause more damage. Kind of like if, say, you're wearing a body armor, a plate armor, and you get hit with, like, a 5.7, but it stops it. You know, you're still gonna feel it, but it's just gonna, like, you know, not gonna hit you as hard. But then say someone shoots you with, like, a 44 mag, it's not going as fast, but it's gonna break a couple ribs for sure. 5.7 might, not sure, but it might. And then you get hit with a 44 mag, which has 1,000 foot-pounds of energy, by the way. Fun fact, 460 Smith & Wesson has, I want to say, 2,700 foot-pounds of energy, which is almost as much as this thing at 100 yards. This thing has 3,200 foot-pounds of energy, and then it's by no means a weak gun. You know, I could go get a bullet real quick and show you guys just how big.
Oh, we've already done that
Yeah,
in
I know.
previous videos.
True. But no, like, seriously, here, I'll just show you the magazine. There's no extra space taken up, except for maybe, like, that much. They're big bullets. You know? They're big bullets that'll take down anything in North America, anything in Africa. You know, you hit an elephant with it.
Maybe not a squirrel.
Yeah. Squirrels.
There's that squirrel joke again.
The most
ferocious North American critter.
The most ferocious and durable animal in the world. I honestly think we should restart and get like a little bit of a different approach.
No, I like this one. We can always do another one.
But that's dumb. That'll just be multiple.
Just ring the bell. Like, share, subscribe. Jade has so much more he wants to talk about.
Okay, well we'll go make another video real quick about fishing.
All right. See you in the next one.
Oh, and by the way, one more thing.
What?
It's a 2-piece lug bolt.
Oh, okay.
2 lug bolt.
Coming in tight.
I'll take it out real quick. So, as you can see, there's a line right there.
Uh-huh.
And then another line right there.
Okay.
That right there, that and that are 2 different pieces. So, you stick it in, and right there, it goes in, and it doesn't twist, but right there, it twists. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure the significance of that, but it does make for a smoother bolt. You know, super smooth. But anyway, I suppose I should let y'all go. Anyway,
all right. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Yeah, click the bell, like, share, subscribe.
What'd you see out there?
Tree.
I'll show you exactly what Jade sees through this scope. There. That's exactly what Jade sees. See you later.